Hello everyone, welcome to the data analysis with Python training program. Today we are going to practice on IPL dataset. So everyone please open the Jupyter notebook now and follow all the guidelines which I am going to show you. First of all, for any data analysis, we need the data on which we will be working. So I have already provided you the dataset. So go to your classroom and download your dataset, and the dataset which is required for today is deliveries.csv as well as matches.csv. We are going to work on IPL dataset today. So download these two files and then put it in a folder, name it as IPL so that you can understand it clearly. Okay. So after doing that, just put it in a folder and place it out at your desktop so that you can fetch it easily from the Jupyter notebook. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look to these two files. What are the data inside these two files? So we are going to consider first the deliveries.csv. Here you will be getting the data of all the particular individual deliveries delivered by a bowler. Means how many runs has been scored by the batsman in that particular ball. Either that ball was a wide ball, by run, leg by, no ball. Is there any penalty run? Who is the batsman? And who was the non-striker in batsman? Okay, so you will be getting the details like match ID, inning, batting team, bowling team, over, ball, batsman name, non-striker batsman name, bowler. Is that over is a super over or not? Wide run, by run, leg by run, no ball run, penalty run, batsman run, extra run, total run. These all details are of a particular delivery. Then, is there any player dismissed, or what was the dismissal kind? Means either it was scout or bold or LBW, something like that. Okay, and who was the fielder? If it was a count out, then who was the fielder who has caught that fielder? Okay, so these are the details you will be getting in the deliveries file. All right, here you will be getting total 1,79,079 row. Here, this is the last row, and this is all about from the initial session of IPL to the last session, means up to 2019, because in 2020 the IPL has been cancelled due to COVID-19, the pandemic across the globe. In the next file, matches.csv, you will be getting the details about the particular match of an IPL. Means here you will be getting the match ID, session name, means of which session that particular match belongs to. Then the city, means where that match has been played. Date of that particular date, means on which date that match has been played. Team 1 and team 2, means which two teams has been taken part in that particular match. Who has won the toss, means the toss winner. Toss decision, means either the team has choose for the field or for bat. Result, here you will be getting values like normal when the result has been declared, means either a team has won or lost. You will get tie as value when the matches has got tied. Okay, and you will be getting the value as not result when the match has been not completed due to any particular reason. Either maybe it's a weather issue or a technical issue or something more issue. Who was the winner of that match? How that team has won, either it by runs, then you will be getting it here, or either won it by wicket, you will be getting it here. Player of the match, means who has won the who was the player of that match. And then venue, means at which stadium that match has been played. Who was the umpire first, umpire 2 and umpire 3. You will be getting all these details in the matches.csv. Okay, so quickly start the Jupyter notebook and let's create a file name called IPL, and please put this file in that particular, like I have placed the data here, desktop slash data slash IPL. So I have created a Jupyter notebook here, ipl.ipynb. So you are placing it on your desktop. So you have to just place it on your desktop and select that file name, folder name, that one is IPL, and create a new Python file and rename it as ipl.ipynb, and then load all these libraries which we will be using for our data analysis purpose. Okay, after that load the files. So I'm loading here matches. So for loading a file we will be using pandas library, panda, and there is a function called read csv, and just you have to pass the file name. So go to the file and press function and F2 means F2 key, and select the file name and put it here, here, and put .csv. So here the file has been loaded to our system. You can see it by just calling matches. You will be getting all the files details here. You can see there are total 756 rows, and there are total 756 rows, and the ID of matches are up to 11,415. Okay, see here in matches section you can see there are total 756 rows. Here by here number is 757, but you can see this one is named as a title row, so this one has been excluded from the row count. Okay, so this is all about our data. All right, now you might be confused how this has been given the ID. So this one has been given the ID according to the deliveries section. See here, you can see match ID is 1 for every match. Okay, and match ID 2. So this is the common thing, which is both means in both file you will be getting all these values. Okay, so this is the common thing which relates these two files. All right, so this is the here ID. Okay, so we have considered all these things. Now I will be showing how to proceed further. Okay, so we have loaded the matches. Now we are going to load the deliveries file. So deliveries is equal to pd.read csv, and take out the name of that file by going to that folder and press F2. You will be getting the file name and put it here and put .csv at the end. So we have done this. So place it here. You will be getting the value like this. Here you will be get 1,79,078 rows. Okay. So this is all about the thing. So first thing you do this by, for our convenience, put it in a D, and so that we can fetch these things easily by placing a single digit. Otherwise it will be quite difficult to type again and again. So I am doing this thing, and also do this for the matches and store it in a variable called M. Okay, so M will be displaying our matches and D will be displaying our deliveries. Okay, so first thing I am going to show you to analyze the data by using quick summary. So use head function to get the top 5 rows from the file. So here this one is the top 5 rows from the matches folder. Okay, and this one we can also call for the deliveries folder. So here this one is the deliveries file. Okay, so when you will put it in print function, then you will get both these files at a time. Otherwise you will not be getting all the files. The last one will be get displayed here, and the one which one mentioned previously, that one will not be shown here. So see here, we have got all these files here. When you will use print function, the particular column means a particular row is being shown to you in this manner. See here, this slash is denoting that this one is from a particular file. See here, This one is the ID session city date team 1, team 2 toss winning team result DL applied winner win by runs win by wickets player of the match venue umpire 1 umpire 2 umpire 3. Here this one the first file has been get completed. Okay, so this is all about. You can also say pass a particular value, like if you want to print only a single row, so you have to just put it here 1, then you will be getting a particular 1 value from that table. See here, only 1 row has been fetched out from that file. Okay, so you can put any particular value for that. Okay, let's start our analysis with toss winning. Means we are going to analyze on toss. Means how many times a particular team has won the toss and how many times that team has also won the match when they has won the toss. All right. Now we are going to make an analysis on toss. Means how many times Mumbai Indians has won the toss. So we know in matches folder we can get the matches details. You can see here m.tell. I am going to print now the top all the 5 rows, means all below 5 rows from that file. So see here, this one is the file. See, toss winner file is consisting the file all the names, means how many times a particular team has won the toss. So if we want to fetch out only those columns where Mumbai Indians has won the toss, then we have to use a syntax like this: bin is equal to toss underscore winner. See, don't forget to write the correct column name, otherwise you will be getting error. Okay, so we have created what? First of all, we have taken whole data set M, and then inside that we are checking what? The column toss winner where the value is Mumbai Indians, and we are fetching out all these things and storing it in a win. Means by using this syntax we will be collecting all the rows where a particular team has won the toss. Just you have to change what? The team name. Okay, so see here. So when we will running this thing and when we will print this thing, we will be getting all the rows where Mumbai Indians has won the toss. See here, there are total 98 rows, means 98 times Mumbai has won the toss. What I have said? 98 times Mumbai has won the toss. Okay. And now you can customize it by placing it this one as a variable name. So take a variable like team, okay, and ask the user to enter the input. Okay, so this one is what? Program to fetch out all the rows from matches file where that team has won the toss. Okay, this one is our motto. So what we have to do? We have to first take the input. So create a variable team and take input like this. This one is a string, so take it a string and ask for the input. And remember, enter the team name. You have to put the team name as the values present in the matches file. Okay, otherwise you will be getting error. So keep it in mind. So when we are going to run this, this will ask for the input. So we have seen the values for Mumbai Indians. Now I want it for the Chennai Super Kings. Okay, these are the two major franchises of. See here, we have got all the values where Chennai Super Kings has won the toss. So Chennai has won 89 times toss among all the sessions. This one is showing you only 89 because you know that 2 consecutive years, Chennai Super King has not played any match from that franchise. All the team members of that team has played from other teams. Okay, so you can use this function for getting the team details, means who has won the toss. Okay, now I am going to show you. So let's see. First of all, you can try it for another team also. You might get confused that I have fitted something and showing you some default values. So check it for the league capitals. So when you will do this, this one will show you the value like this. This one is displaying that only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches, because Delhi Capitals has been named as Delhi Daredevils in the previous sessions. Alright, that's why this one is displaying this much values only. Okay, so whenever you want to fetch out the details, means how many times a team has particular won the match, means won the toss, you can also use bin.count, and when you will use this, this will just display you the means how many times that team has particularly won the toss. Okay, so see, this one is displaying you 98. So this means this team has won the toss total 98 times. Okay, so in this manner you can count all the things, and this one has actually showing you all the values present in each and individual columns. Okay, and these values are counted by unique values. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now I am going to show you the analysis over when a team has won the toss as well as won the match. Okay, so we are going to consider these two conditions, means we are going to fetch out all those rows where a team has particularly won the toss as well as also won the match. Okay, see, here we have learned how to check when a team has won the toss. Alright, now I have said that I am going to show you when a team has won the toss as well as won the match. So what we have to do? We have already found a set of this thing bin. Here you can see we have got a particular team where we have put the input as Rising Pune Super Giants. Okay, so this one is the details of all the matches won by Rising Pune Super Giants. Alright, now I am going to show you how to calculate, means how to fetch out all those rows where Rising Pune Super Giants has won the toss as well as also won the match. So what we have to do? We have to create a variable, just create a variable called result and just pass bin. We have the data set now bin, on which we are going to analyze the thing. On this data set we are going to analyze where this one toss winner is similar to the match winner. Okay, so what we have to apply here, what we have done, when we have to fetch out the team when they had won the toss, the same thing you have to apply here, the same technique we have to apply here, but now our file is bin. We are going to analyze on bin, and at the place of match winner we are going to count the winner. So this will give us the all the rows where a team has particularly won the toss as well as won the match. Now you can see here the toss winner is Rising Pune Super Giants as well as the winner is Rising Pune Super Giants. Okay, you can use this for any team. So start it from here. Okay, so just call it for Mumbai Indians. I am using again and again Mumbai Indians because Mumbai Indians is my favorite one. So here is the list. We have got 98 rows where Mumbai Indians has won the toss. Now, when we will run this two cell, we will be getting the details where Mumbai Indians has won the toss as well as won the match. And how many times Mumbai Indians has won the toss as well as won the match? Here is the whole list. You can see here the toss winner is Mumbai Indians and the match winner is also Mumbai Indians. See, all these two columns you will be getting only Mumbai Indians. See, in all rows you will be getting both two rows similar because we have checked all the things here. Okay, so when I will say you to plot a graph of a team particularly winning the toss as well as winning the match, means how many times they have win the toss as well as win the match, we can count it. All right, so just what we have to do, we have to count here win dot count. This will give us the value of match win. So here m bin, I am creating a variable m bin where we will be storing how many times a particular team has won the toss, and r bin means where a particular team has won the match also. So result that dot count, so we can get the value when we will be print m underscore bin as well as we can also print r underscore bin. Okay, so here we can see 56 times Mumbai Indians has won the toss as well as won the match. So what we have got, we can fetch the things here. We can also count the number of rows. So for that, what we have to use, we can use bin dot and just hit tab. You will be getting all the things here. You can add these things, aggregate, align, add. In this way, you can use all these things here. Okay, so we don't need to do these things. All right, just see, I'm showing you how to get these things. Okay, so these are the things we can use here. Okay, all right, now we can plot the graph. How we will be doing that thing? So see here, we have three values. How many times Mumbai has won the toss? 98 times. How many times Mumbai Indians has won the match? 56 times. Means in 98 minus 56, that one is how much? 42 times Mumbai Indians has either not win the match, or that match has been tied, or that match has been cancelled. All right, you can also count it by using the same technique here as we have used. Just you have to check in the result where the result is either, you can also check like result, and here you can call result, and you can check the match condition. So when you will get match condition as tie, all right, when you want to get the match condition as tie, so what you have to put here the column name, that one is result, and you can put here result and put the value like tie. So you will be getting the value like Mumbai Indians has only one match tied when Mumbai Indians has won the toss as well as that match has got tied, but the winner was Mumbai Indians. All right, there must be a super over. So Mumbai Indians has won that match. Okay, and this one is nothing but a match from the last session, that was the with the Sunrisers Hyderabad. All right. So in this manner, you can plot the pie chart also. Okay. So we are going to plot a pie chart here. All right. So you can remember. I hope you have remembered that we can plot a pie chart using matplotlib. All right. So what we need to do? We need to call the matplotlib library first. So we have already called that library. So we are going to plot that graph. So what we have to do first? We have to create a label first. So we will be using label as number of times it will display the total number of times Mumbai Indians has won the toss, and the whole 360-degree will represent how many times Mumbai Indians has won the toss, and 56 will represent number of times when Mumbai Indians has won also win that toss, and 42 will represent how many times Mumbai Indians has not win that match when that has also been that. So let's create a list here. So I am going to put labels like, so create a label. Labels is equal to, and I am creating a label like win and another one as lose. All right. So here I am going to put the sizes, and sizes is what? We have two values, 56 and 42. Means at 56 times Mumbai Indians has won the toss, and 42 times Mumbai Indians has lost the toss. Okay. Now I am going to set the colors, and I want it green as when Mumbai Indians has win that match, and red when lose that match. Okay. Now I want to put out a slice. So I want the first slice to be removed out. So I'm using explode here, and I'm using 0.1 comma 0 comma. We have two values only. So I want it 0.1 moved out. Now I am plotting the plot. So what we have to do? We have to call the pie plot. So call it here import matplotlib.pyplot. We need the pyplot library for plotting the graph as plt. Okay, now I am plotting the graph. plt.py is the function which will help us to create the graph. So I am passing sizes. Explode is equal to explode, and now I am passing the labels, and in the last I want to pass the colors. So labels is equal to label, and I want to put some colors. So I'm passing colors is equal to colors. All right. So this is our thing, and now I want to put autopacity equal to percentage 1.1 f, means I want only one decimal place after the decimal, one place after decimal. So I am using this, and I want a shadow also. So I am putting shadow is equal to true. Actually I am also making it a colorful one so that you can use it to show in your social media accounts also. And I want start angle is equal to 140. You can use anything. All right. I want to start it from 140 degrees. So I'm putting it here. And now I want the axis like plt dot axis, and I want all these as equal. Okay. And now the last thing, which one is plt dot show. and this will display our graph. So see here, Mumbai Indians has won 57.1% time matches when they has won the toss and loses that match 42.9%. Means we can say that when Mumbai Indians is winning a toss, there is a probability that Mumbai Indians can won the toss, won the match also. Okay, so this is the analysis over a particular team when they are winning the toss. Either they can win the match or not. In this manner, you can also plot for other teams also. So what you have to do? Just you have to change here the values. Means you have to find out the values from using these two things, and just you have to replace these two values. All right, and after that you will be getting the thing as per your desire. All right. So this was all about. You can also plot a bar graph also. Okay, and you can do it for the many teams also. We have created here that a particular team has won the toss as well as won the match. You can put it here, all the teams names, and you can plot the graph for all the teams also. Okay, so this is the analysis on toss, means how we can analyze using the toss that either a team can win the match or not. Okay, so in this manner we can use this thing, and I am going to show you. You can change the values like here. I have put it 140. You can also put it like 180. Then see the orientation will actually change. If you will put it to 0, this will start. Sorry, I have just missed this thing. So I have got that. So in this manner you will be getting like this. Okay, and here explode value. If you will change like 0.01, this distance will get affected, and you can see there is only a partition type division, and when you will putting like this you will get a slight difference here. All right, so in this manner you can plot the graph also. Okay, so this was about the match winning, means on the analysis over toss. You can also make analysis over winning team, means how many times a particular team has won the match. Just what you have to do, analysis on match winning team, means how many times a particular team has won the match. So what you have to do, you just have to put it here like see here, match win. I'm just putting a variable called match win and pass m, and inside this just type winner and take the input from the user, so that you can make it for the like t, and ask the user to make an input, and this will display all the rows where that particular team has won the match. Okay, so what we want to do, just take the input, so str input and enter the team name. Okay, so this will give you the rough idea about. So what you have to do, just print all those rows. So when you will, like I want here Chennai Super Kings, so it will display all the matches where Chennai Super Kings has won the match. See here, there are total 100 rows, means total 100 times Chennai Super King has won the match. You can see all these here. When you will scroll these things, you will be getting Chennai Super Kings here only. Okay, so this is the thing you can get here. Okay, you can use it for any team. You can also pass like other team, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Royal Challengers Bengaluru. If I will make a mistake, this one is not showing any row, means I must have committed the mistake and the team name. So just take like Sunrisers Hyderabad. Okay, so just use here like Sunrisers Hyderabad, and you will be getting all the values where, see, we have got the name actual spelling here. So we will be also checking about the Royal Challengers Bangalore also. So see here, you will be getting all the columns name as Sunrisers Hyderabad in the place in at the winner column. Okay, so you can see here, and you can also use it for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. So just see here, total 84 times Royal Challengers Bangalore has won the match till now. Okay, now I am going to show you the luck of a particular team in second inning. Means how will we checking? We are going to check a particular team is winning a match when they are batting in second inning. We are going to check the luck of a team when they are batting in second inning. What we have to do? Here we have team 1, team 2, toss winner, toss decision, and the winner of the team. These 5 things will be crucial for us. Means, first of all, what we have to do? We have to collect all those rows where the particular team has participated in that match or not. So what we have to check? We have to check that a particular team is either in team 1 or either in team 2 or not. And if they are present, then we have to collect all those rows from the main data set. Okay, so what I am trying to say here, I have asked the user for the input, and then I have checked that the team is either present in team 1, then I have stored in W. Okay, and if that team is present in team 2, then I have selected it in W2, and after that I am merging both these two teams here. So cut this thing and place it here. Okay, and when you are going to put it WF here, you will be getting a window like this, and here I am passing Mumbai Indians. You can pass any team name. Okay, and just make sure that you are entering right. You can see team Mumbai Indians is either in team 1 and either in team 2. You can see the things here. Okay, here in initial rows you can see the Mumbai Indians has taken part in that game as a team 1, and in the lower section you can see Mumbai Indians has taken part in that game as team 2. So we have collected all those rows where that particular team has taken part in game. Now how we will be making the decision? First of all, we will check, first we check that the team has won the toss or not. If that team has won the toss, if team has won the toss, see how I am making the decision. You have to be accurate at your decision in your data analysis. Otherwise, you are not going to make yourself as a successful data analyst in this platform. Okay, so make your vision clear what you want to find out from the data set. All right, so what I'm doing here, if that team has won the toss, then if that team is winning the toss, then what are the conditions when they are batting in second inning? Means if they had won the toss and made their toss decision as they will field first, then in that condition they are going to bat in the second inning. So if team has won the toss, then check toss decision is filled or not, and wherever you are finding toss decision is filled, collect all those rows. Okay, and keep it as result 1, and after that if team has lost the toss, means the team has not won the toss, then check toss decision. If another team has won the toss, then check toss decision is bat or not. Means if other team has won the toss and they had opted that they will bat first. In that condition only, the chosen team by you has fielded first. All right. Otherwise, if the other team will choose field in as their first option, means their as toss decision, then the team chosen by you here for the consideration will be batting in the first inning. So we have to collect all these rows in the final, and we will be merging these two rows to get our output. Okay, I have prepared all the code earlier so that we can get the things easily. Otherwise, we will be typing here and the video length will increase so much. So I am just sorting the video length. Just you have to do pause the video and write down the code. And first of all, before writing the code, understand the decision, because decision making is so much important in data analysis. All right. So focus on this thing. Okay. So what we have done here, we have just taken all those rows in consideration where that team has particularly participated in the game. Okay, so we have chosen Mumbai Indians as our data analysis consideration. So run this cell and put it blank. Now I am checking that in TOSBin. See, what are the data set TOSBin? TOSBin, I am creating a new data set TOSBin where I am using WF. And what are the WF? WF is the final data set where we have found, means where we have collected all the rows where Mumbai Indians has participated in the game. So we are taking that particular data frame for the data analysis purpose and lefting all the other columns or rows for not in under our consideration. Okay, we are lefting all those rows, just removing all those rows. Just understand, we are removing all those rows. Okay, so we have taken that particular data frame where team Mumbai Indians has taken part in the game, and we are checking that toss winner team is Mumbai Indians or not. We are checking that toss winner team is Mumbai Indians or not. We have taken T1 as input, and T1 is what? You can see T1 is the input we have taken from the user, and that one is what? T1 is the input taken from the user, and that one is Mumbai Indians. So we are checking in the data set WF that Mumbai Indians has won the toss or not. If they has won the toss, then we have stored in toss win. Alright, so this will be our result. And see here, all the toss winner here must be Mumbai Indians. You can see all these things. Mumbai Indians is the toss winner. Okay, so this one is our channel name, means all the matches where Mumbai Indians has participated and won the toss. And now I am going for the verification that in the toss win we have all those rows where Mumbai Indians is taking part in the game and won the toss. All right, and in that particular we are checking that toss decision is filled or not. If they have opted filled, in that scenario only Mumbai Indians is batting in the second inning. So we have collected all those things and stored in a data set named Binfield. All right. So this one, when you will print Binfield, then you are going to get all those rows where Mumbai Indians has won the toss as well as they have chosen their decision as field. You can see in the all rows here Mumbai Indians has as toss winner and toss decision is filled. You can see all those rows are having the same value. You can see I am scrolling down. You can see this thing. Okay, so we have collected all those matches where Mumbai Indians has won the toss and batted in second inning. Now I am collecting Mumbai Indians has lost the toss and batted in second inning. So I have created a toss loss data frame where I have stored all those rows where Mumbai Indians has lost the toss. So I am checking toss winner is not equal to T1, means the selected team is not as toss winner. So this will collect all those rows where Mumbai Indians has lost the toss, and now I am checking that toss decision is not equal to field, means there will be toss decision equal to bat for the team who has won the toss. So this will give us a data set where we will be getting that Mumbai Indians has lost the toss and batted in the second inning. You can see we will be getting all those rows where you can see Mumbai Indians. Sorry, here we have seen get the data here. You can see here. Here you can see Mumbai Indians has taken participation in the game, and see this one is where Mumbai Indians is not the toss winner and selected as bat. Okay, so we are checking in where toss loss. So first run this cell and then run this cell. Then you will be getting that Mumbai Indians has taken part in the game, and see here Mumbai Indians in all rows you can find that Mumbai Indians is as either toss winner and taken decision as batting. So here all those rows where Mumbai Indians has just won the toss. Okay, and here we have got where Mumbai Indians has won the toss as well as selected as field, and here we are getting the data where Mumbai Indians has not won the toss and batted in second inning. You can see the other team, means the team which is participating against Mumbai Indians, has won the toss. You can see their names, and they has opted bat at their as their toss decision. See, so we have collected all the rows where Mumbai Indians has batted second when they have lost the toss. Now the final thing you have to do is to merge all these rows at one place. So I have merged all these rows, and after when you will run this cell, you will get that Mumbai Indians has, if Mumbai Indians has won the toss, they have chosen their toss decision as field. If their opposition team has won the toss, they have selected toss decision as bat. Okay. So here we have got a data set where we have found that Mumbai Indians has batted in the second inning. So store it in a new data frame. Let's assume it as HSR and store this data frame into a this. Now you can see that HSR is a data frame where Mumbai Indians, here I am putting Mumbai Indians, you can choose any team, has batted in the second inning. Okay, and when you will use HSR.count, you will be getting how many times Mumbai Indians has. 86 times Mumbai Indians has batted in the second inning. Okay, now I am going to show you how many times Mumbai Indians has won the match when they were batting in the second inning. So what we have to do? Just we have to use HSR, and here we will be using HSR, and we will be checking match winner is equal to T1 or not. T1 is our selected team. So you can see here we have got all those rows where you can find Mumbai Indians has won the match. All right. So you can see here you will be getting all the winners' name as Mumbai Indians. But see here Mumbai Indians is batting second, means when you will be getting toss winner as Mumbai Indians, you must will get toss decision as field, and when you will find Mumbai Indians opposite team is winning the toss, then you will find that that decision is selected as bat. See here, opposite team Royal Challengers Bangalore has selected decision as bat. So this is the all data where Mumbai Indians has won the toss or lost the toss, doesn't matter. This one is the final data set. So store it as final result. So store it as final, and this one is our this data set, and we can call it like final is the data set where a particular team has batted in second inning and won the toss. All right. So when you are going to count first dot count, then you will be getting value like this. Sorry, first there is not any data set first, there is final. Okay, it's my mistake. So 51 times Mumbai Indians has won the match when they had batted second. So you can see in total 86 times Mumbai Indians has batted second and they has won 51 times, means they has lose 35 times their matches when they have batted second. Then you can say that there is a higher chances that when Mumbai Indians is batting second, the team can win the match. All right, you can conclude your decision here now by considering the percentage. So you can use here like win percentage, win percent. Okay, so how we will be considering win percent when they are batting second? For finding out percentage, what we do? We do this thing. 51 times Mumbai Indians has won the won the match, and how many times? Multiplied with 100, and we divide it by total number of times Mumbai Indians has batted in the second inning. That one is 86, and you will get win percent as how much? 59.30%. You can also plot a pie chart. I'm leaving up to you, or see, I'm showing you. I'm not leaving up to you. I'm just showing you the graph. I'm just coming here and copy and paste. Just copy and paste and change the variable names. And I'm here copying and pasting and just changing the values, means total 51 times Mumbai Indians has won the toss, sorry, batted second, and 35 times they have lost the match, and 51 times they has won the match. Okay, when they are batting second. So you can see 59.3% winning chance of Mumbai Indians when they are batting second in second inning. Okay, you can conclude your decision in this manner that Mumbai Indians can won a match. There is a chance of winning a match of Mumbai Indians when they are batting second. Okay, so I'm just putting all these things at a single place so that this whole thing you can arrange it in a good manner. So what you have to do, I'm just collecting all the details and putting it at a single place. Okay, so just copying and placing so that you can create a function where you have to just need to pass this thing, means just you will be putting a team name and you will be getting the details there, how many times Mumbai Indians that particular team has performed well. Okay, so we have collected this thing. Now we will be collect this thing, and so just copy this thing, not cut this thing, copy and paste it here. Okay, so we have pasted it here. Now what we have to do, we have to go for the, we have chosen these two things. Now I will suggest you to copy this thing. Okay, so we have copied all these things, so put it here, control plus B. We have made decision up to that field, and then after that we will be selecting other things. Here we will be selecting this thing, this, and the, you can put it here. Now toss loss, and then go for this one. Okay, loss field, and after that we will be merging all the things at a time, and in this manner you can, here we have copied up to this. Now it's time to append this thing, so I'm appending this thing. And HSR is the, we have collected HSR, and now we need to collect this thing. Okay, so this will finally print out all those rows where a particular team will just print final, and this will print all those rows where a team is batting second and has won the match. So I am passing here Royal Challengers. Might be I got either because I don't remember the spelling, but I am trying. Yes, that's got correct. So see here, you have got all the things here, and you can say that Sunrisers Hyderabad means Royal Challengers Bangalore. See here, if other team has won the toss, then they have batted, and then you can see this thing that Royal Challengers Bangalore has won all the matches. All right, so you can just use what final dot count for getting out that how many times 49 times Royal Challengers Bangalore has won the match when they have batted second, and you can get HSR dot count for how many times they have batted in the second inning. So this will display how many times they have batted. 95 times Royal Challengers Bangalore has batted in second inning, means they have changed the score, and they have only won 49 times. And when you are calculating winning percentage of this team, what you have to do? Just you have to use here winning percentage 49, and at the place of 86 you just have to put 95 and run these two cells. You will be getting like 51.57%, means there is a 50-50 chance that RCB team can win the match in the second inning or not. Whenever you are near to 60%, then you can say that that particular team has maximum chance that that team can win the match when they are batting second. So this is all about for today, and we have worked fluently on the matches, means we have. And what you can make analysis on this matches, you can make analysis like they have won the match when they are playing at their home ground or not. So what you have to do, just you have to do like this. You have to pass this thing, and just use at the place of toss winning and something like that, just go for they have won in the. And you can also make like this. I'm showing you analysis that a team has won the match at their home ground batting in second inning, means how many times a particular team has won the match when they are batting second and they are playing at the same time in their home ground. So what you have to do, we have created final, so we have to apply just final, and here we will be checking that in final. Here we have taken what, select here city. I hope city is the name of that. Yes, city, and check that city is equal to Hyderabad or not, because in the last T1 we have used the Hyderabad. So see, there are only two matches when RCB has won the match when they were playing in their hometown in Hyderabad and batted second. Okay, and see, at both time they have also won the toss. Sorry, not they have not won the toss. They have lost the toss and won the match. Wow! So you can check it for anything. So in this manner, you can also check that a particular team has won the match when they are playing in their home ground. Okay, so how we can do this? So for that, you have to just copy the thing up to this, means up to this thing. You can copy here and put it here. So when you will use this thing, this will actually create a particular team is participating in a match, and you can go for that that team has won the match or not. So what you have to do, WF, and store it in a variable, like I'm storing it f is equal to WF, and use WF and check that that particular team winner is equal to that team or not. And if that team is winner, and then go for the checking that f of F and then check city, and in the place of city just you have to pass like I am going for Mumbai Indians, so you have to ask the city name, means you have to ask here T2 is equal to, sorry, ask the city name, and in city just ask a string and put here input and ask the user for enter the home city, home city of the team. Okay, so this will ask the user for the entering the home city name, and when they will enter that name, and then this will display you the statistic, means all those rows where a particular team is has won the match when they are playing in their home ground. Okay, so I'm passing Mumbai Indians. You can check out for another teams also, and it is asking for the Mumbai is the home ground, so I'm passing Mumbai. So this one is displaying error, and what's the error? That T2 is not defined, and that one is right, that I'm passing T2 here, but that one is what? City. So it has displayed error. So Mumbai Indians, and I hope this code will run. I hope so. And see, we have got all the details where Mumbai Indians has won the match when they were playing in their home ground. So this will give you the rough idea about when a particular team is playing in their home ground, they will win the match or not. Okay. So what you have to do? Just you have to put here how you can calculate the win percent. So we have not assigned into a variable, so assign it as result is equal to this, and if we want to print result, so just use result, and this will display the same thing. Just I am passing Mumbai Indians, and I am passing what? Mumbai. Okay, so this has displayed all these things. So when I will pass use like result dot count, this will be displaying out the 53 times Mumbai Indians has won the won the match when they were playing in the home ground. And how will we getting that? How many times they have played in their home ground? Means how many times they have played in their home ground. How you will get that? You will be getting the total number by using WF, and WF is, and check here, city is equal to city. So this will give you the details where Mumbai Indians has played all their matches in their home ground. Means 82 matches in Mumbai Indians has played in their home ground. So you can calculate the win percent by using the same formula, like 50. How many times Mumbai Indians has won the match? 53 times. So you can see there 53 times Mumbai Indians has played in their home ground and won the match, and in Mumbai Indians has played 82 matches in their home ground. So when you are going to print this thing win percentage, then you will get like this, means 64.63% Mumbai Indians has won the match when they were playing in their home ground. Okay, so in this manner you can go for the further analysis, you can calculate anything. All right, anything means anything. You can also sort out that a particular team has won in a particular session, and this thing. Just you have to create a data frame. The logic is that you have to put your logic in creating the data frame. After that, you will be in a fluent manner that you can analyze on any data set. Now I'm ending this lecture today, because in the next lecture I will be continuing for the deliveries. All right, I don't want to put a pressure on you, so that just use all those things and make your graphs also. You can also plot graph using this thing. Just you have to create the data frames according to that. Okay, so that's all about today. Thank you. So thank you. See you all in the next session.